Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Ministry Media Mornings. This is a brand new segment that I'm attempting to do every day, and I want to come through to you and I want to share some great tips and things that's going to help you manage your business, your ministry, and especially those with coaching business, helping to do that better. As we wait for people to come onto the call, I'm going to just share this broadcast in one of my groups so that they can also partake of this call. Let's see. Ministry Media. There you go. All right, and we're just going to share that with them. I know it's the first time, and today we're going to talk. I'm going to share with you 7 things that you can do to get your to reach your intended audience without a budget. All right, so I'm going to share with you 7 things where you can reach your intended audience without a budget, and this is going to be proven facts and methods, proven strategies where you can reach your intended audience. And let's just speak to who are we speaking to here? Who are we helping? I'm going to try and help ministries. So anybody that has a personal ministry or a national ministry or an international ministry or a global ministry, or you are just a believer and you want to reach people with the gospel. I'm also speaking to coaches that are looking to reach more people. I have 2 coaches that I'm working with right now that we are reaching a lot of people. We're getting great results. So we're going to share with you some of the strategies that we're using to make that happen. So everything I'm going to share this morning is going to be in the context of ministry, but you can translate that language to anything that you feel is going to be appropriate to you and that's going to help you just adapt to that. And so to get into it, I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to share with you why is that not working? I'm going to share with you okay, give me a second here. Where are we going to start? Okay, we're going to start with Facebook Live broadcasts. Okay, now there's some nice things that I'm going to go through, but I want to really share. I want to really share what some of the ministries out there and businesses are doing. That's really phenomenal. And let me just see if I can find this screen sharing properly for you this morning. I just want to see if the screen is pulling through. Give me a second so I can just go and check. Are we live? Are we sharing the screen? Okay. All right. So here is the first one, and that is going live with your computer. So that's the first way that you can reach a larger audience or a bigger audience, is just going live. Now, how that happens is I'm using a tool called StreamYard here. And yes, I did invest in some tools, but you don't have to. And remember, this is with no budget at all. This is a method that you can use to reach your intended audience with no budget at all. So what I've got a decent, there you can see, I've got a fairly decent camera, right? That is one of the first tools when I started out. I did a lot of different things, but this is the first tools that I think is important. So if you've got a good computer, you're going to have a good HD camera or a decent camera, and that's very important. So I'm just sharing with you setup before you start getting your message out. First thing is a decent camera. The second thing is this. All right, just decent lighting. So I've got just a little ring light here. I got it at a shop close by, and I'm setting it up, and that's what I'm using here. Then, been very blessed, got myself a decent mic, right? And this mic is a podcast mic. Doesn't take a lot, really, really affordable, like 600 rand. All right, but you don't need that. You don't need all of this. If you have a webcam, you're already set, because your webcam is going to provide you with proper light. Most of the times you're going to have good camera quality, and it's probably going to consume and take your sound in. All right, and so that's very important. So the first way that you can reach more people, I'm doing it this morning, is broadcasting yourself. So you can go individually. So you can go on a Facebook, and you can just start. You can run it from your camera, go live, Facebook Live, or you do it from your desktop, and you just start speaking. Now, as a ministry, what you're going to do, you're going to share what's the content. You're going to share whatever's on your heart. This morning, I had a desire to start a segment called Ministry Media Mornings. And in mornings, what is the objective? I want to help as many ministries as possible. Also, coaches and businesses just impact people's lives. That's the objective here. And so I decided I'm going to, as far as possible, I'm going to do a morning session like this. And we're gonna teach and equip and train as much as we can. So that's the first thing, is you can go live. Now, what are the tools that you can use? You could use your phone and go on your phone. You can go out. You can use your laptop or your PC, and you can go live via that. But you're just going to stream one way, right? At this moment, I'm streaming at 4 places. I've got a Facebook group, I've got a Facebook page, I've got a YouTube channel, and on my personal profile. That's where I'm streaming right now. And so that is the opportunities that you have. What is the basis of this message? There are no more excuses for you not to reach who you feel called to. That barrier is gone, right? It's been gone for years. So we have no more excuses not to reach people anymore. If you agree with me, if you have any thoughts, or any questions, post them up in the comments. I'll get them straight here in my interface, and I'll teach from this at a later stage, and it's really phenomenal. And so if you post questions or thoughts, we can feed back to you. That is a very powerful thing to do. Now, for my next point, that's point 1, all right, is going live any which way you can. Now, I'm streaming to 4 platforms at once. And what's happening is I'm using a tool called StreamYard, and that's really helping me. What's the second point? The second point is podcast. I'm going to show you an example here of how we achieve that. All right. There is, okay, great. So I'm just checking that I'm broadcasting this live. Awesome. That's phenomenal. All right. So number 2, how can I reach my intended audience, reach more people as a coach or a ministry with no budget, right? And it's a platform called StreamYard. Now, this is a client of mine. He's a preacher's coach. And what we did is, besides all the other stuff, which I don't have time to teach here, all the other strategies that we use to reach people with his message. What we did here is, besides everything else that's going on his podcast platform, we're using SoundCloud as a distribution channel. It's 4 podcasts, and the reason why I like this, there's a couple of reasons. Number 1 is I can literally record if I have decent sound capture on my phone, or I just input a lapel mic. I can record my podcast, or I can record audio on my phone, and it uploads straight to SoundCloud, and that's the platform that you have here. So that's one way. If you buy a lapel mic, it's like 200 rand, right? So, but if you, let's say, Ivan, no money, okay, then it's okay. You can just record straight to your phone. You can download a sound capturing app on your phone, and it's going to enhance the audio quality, which is great. What I like about this is everybody that follows me on SoundCloud, when I upload it and I publish it, they get a notification on their phone immediately. And I call that strategy instant audience. So you have instant audience for your audio. It's gone out. If I can stream this live on SoundCloud, that would be phenomenal. So obviously we dabble in online radio and so on. That's great. So besides the normal strategy that we have for this client, what we did, what happened is we said, okay, exclusive value for your podcast subscribers, people that are following you on here. Exclusive value for them is going to be what we call a spiritual vitamin, and that's gone out every Wednesday. What he's done is this has gone out Wednesday, and we have an average result of about 400, 500, 600 people that listen to everyone. Now, this is phenomenal impact and reach, especially for a ministry. All right, so that's your second one, podcasting. This is what it looks like when it's published. As you can see, just good photo here. Here's your title. It's connected to a playlist. It shows you 490 listens and a little write-up. Okay, and so people can also comment and stuff. It's a phenomenal way to do it. This is how I do it. This is my platform, and I've got Ministry Media Show that I used to do, and so there I distribute my audios. We've got a podcast that's going live, and so this is a great way for you to reach more people. Now, what can I do with this, Ivan? Well, you can take this audio, download it, or your raw audio, then use a tool like Descript, put it in Descript, and now you've got, that's what I'm going to do after this, my post-production process, if you will. What I'm going to do after this is I'm going to transcribe it, then I'm going to post it on my website as a blog post, text. And now I've got another medium to distribute with. And with that text, I'm going to take this audio, we take this audio and we can go and say share, right? And we go get this embed code there, and we go post it on the website. So now people can listen to your article as well as, I've done that a couple of times. It's very effective. And so that's it. Second one is podcast. Third one is a webinar. Okay, webinars does not have to cost you a lot of money. This is essentially a webinar, if you will. It's a live broadcast. And what we've done is, let me just look at the layout. I want to play with the layout. Okay. Right. So what we've done is, I think you can only select there. All right. And say there I started playing it. And so a webinar, right? I'm just going to play this without sound while we're going. So what a webinar does is, again, you can use a tool that I'm using today called StreamYard. You can stream to your you can stream to YouTube and Facebook, etc. You can essentially have a webinar, kind of like this broadcast where I'm teaching, and you just go and share with people what's on your heart, right? It's phenomenal way to reach people. This one we did, it was literally spur of the moment. We went, Monday we had a session, we decided, okay, Tuesday, let's do a webinar. We took some of his content, as you can see here, and we shared it. And you see 420 likes, 17, almost, yes, just over 16,000 views and 42 comments for a ministry, more than enough. Deep impact, right? That's great. So that's number 3. Number 4 is newsletter. Ivan, again, this is something that I have to pay for. Not necessarily. I started my ministry sending people a newsletter with my ministry media training, and my first ministry was called Tony 2 Cents, and so I shared a Christian perspective on the news. And what I've done is I've gone and I literally crafted an email. It was all text, and I mailed it to people who I had the emails of. But I have your email. You sent me one, so I have your email. It's not marketing, and I sent email for as much as I was allowed, like 10 or 15 or 20, and I sent and I sent and I sent. Right, that's how I started. And that eventually became a blog on a popular local platform. Eventually, I did my own website. Right, website is another one which is also doesn't have to cost you a lot, if at all. But here, basically, what you can see is an email. This email started beginning of lockdown, called Faith for Today, and as you can see here, number 264, Faith for Today, a small intro, a scripture, a encouragement, and a confession. Right, phenomenal. And so you could run it just from your email address, or you could have a third-party tool. I think Weber, you're going to have a 30-day trial. You can do that. It's going to cost you like, I don't know, $19 if you want. You can also run through MailChimp. I think MailChimp's going to give you 2,000 emails that you can send to for free. So there's a lot of options, right? There's no barrier for you to reach a lot of people. And so the best way to do this is obviously with the POPI Act and the GDPR rules that apply all over Europe, is you ask for people's permission to send you emails. That is very important. Right, so we did newsletters. 5 is videos. So I'm going to share with you one of my videos. And this is, again, it's just a broadcast. So we've spoken about live. This one I did live. And so I'm going to admit that. But this is basically also spur of the moment. And this was a response to someone that asked me, how can I publicize my event? And so this is basically where I gone and I taught them how to do it effectively, right? And so this is a video. This video literally can be, this one is 26 minutes. Your video can be 10 minutes, 7 minutes, 12 minutes, whatever. When the content is finished, when you start waffling, then it's time to close, right? But it's good that you just go and you share valuable content and tidbits with people, right? And so that's what you want to do, videos. Let me show you some examples here. I've got videos. Yes, I did them in the studio, like this one. I did them in the studio, but it doesn't have to cost you. You don't have to get a camera crew to do this, right? You could literally sit at your desk and record like I'm doing now. That's it. Okay. What is the next one? Cards, quote cards. So let me show you something. So this is a quote card. And we had some ministries that we worked with, and I have some coaching clients as well. Literally just a photo with the message on. Here it's like, if you pay attention to your online community, you will keep and grow them. Simple advice. And so that's what we did here. And this is a powerful way for you to reach a lot of people. I have clients that has hundreds of shares on their cards like this and getting hundreds of comments, which is phenomenal. This is a great way to reach more people. That's number 6. And then lastly, number 7. Okay. I'm going to share with you a story here and encourage you, right? Number 7, the 7th way that you can reach people without a budget is literally a book. That book, to get that format, took me 3 days of compiling and writing. Right, I printed it literally at a home or a business printer. I printed all these pages. I had the cover printed out. So if you want to go ghetto, you can go and just cover the front. I did pay for binding, so not completely no budget, but low budget. Right, I think that book, cost me what, $30 to print. It's probably a 80 page book. But that's another way that I reach people with my message. And that is a powerful way for you to reach it. And thank you so much for those that have listened to this broadcast today. I appreciate you. Before I let you go, I want to ask you to go to YouTube, search for Ministry Media Mastery, and go and subscribe to the channel so you can get more of this and live broadcasts. Every morning at 9 o'clock, I'm looking to go live with value like this. By Facebook, Ivan Fiyun. Ministry Media Mastery. It's a page like that. You can go and friend me on Facebook. I'd love for you to do that. Send me a private message if you like and ask me any question that you like. Now, and even if you watch the rebroadcast later, please go and post your questions and thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you and to feedback with you. Go to, if you want to catch me on audio, go to soundcloud.com, search for Ivan Viljoen, and just follow me there. That'll be very valuable. I really appreciate you for doing that. Otherwise, great news. I'm redoing the front end of my website. We're doing a lot of things, and we're going to do a great launch or a masterclass in the next couple of weeks. We're going to do lots of giveaways, which is very, very exciting. So looking forward to that. Thank you so much for watching this morning. I really appreciate you. And don't forget to post your questions or your thoughts in the comment section, and I will answer everyone personally. Let's just go through those 7 ways that you can reach people, reach your intended audience without a budget. Really easy. First, live broadcast. Facebook Live is great. Using a tool like StreamYard, broadcasting to Facebook, a group, your website, YouTube, etc. Second, podcasting. Great, easy, can be free. 3, your webinar. Go live again and teach. 4, newsletters. Use my MailChimp if you have to. Broadcast to up to 2,000 people for free. 5, videos. Again, just broadcasting, sitting, camera, use your phone. Very simple. Quote cards. Use a tool, online design tool called Canva. Really easy to create cards, scripture cards, quote cards, etc. And lastly, books. It's hard work, but you can do it without using any money. Thank you so much for listening this morning. If you're catching this at the tail end, please go and replay this video, and you'll get lots of value. What was the subject? 7 ways you can reach your intended audience as a ministry or a coach with no budget. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you again tomorrow for Ministry Media Mornings at 9 o'clock.